Hey there everyone, it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another episode of Fannie Friday and welcome to another card in the Equality for All Makers collab. In today's video, we're making a pride float. Oh my word. The minute I saw this stamp of the mermaid in the clamshell, it triggered a memory of either like the Tournament of Roses parade or maybe the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Maybe it was like a Disney Christmas parade. I don't remember, but there was a parade that had like a mermaid sitting in a clamshell. And I remember the clamshell opening and closing. Maybe the mermaid was in front of it. I don't remember. So I had the idea to create a pride themed float or pride float for this card, and I love it. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments. I love it. I told Ann and Kevin I may end up framing that one. I really love how it turned out. And we're making a 5x7 card. So yeah, all the supplies will be listed down below per usual. If you haven't already, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button. Be sure to follow our Facebook group. Tomorrow is the summer event. So I will put the information up here because I don't know exactly what time we're starting, but everyone on the design team has created a summer themed stamp and has drawn those for us. And we've all created a card using them. And if you are at the event, those images are free for the first day and then they'll go up later on the website and they'll be, and it's just a few dollars. But yeah, so not only will you have that all day tomorrow, but coming up on YouTube, we'll also share them then. So yeah, that's it. Let's head over to the craft table and I'll share with you how I made this really fun pride float card. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm a very sad panda because I lost most of the footage for this project and I am so sad about it, but it is what it is. But I wanted to go ahead and to share it with you because it's probably one of the favorite ones I've done this year. So like I said in the intro, I'm making a pride float and I am using the grand staircase to do this along with a background I made a couple of weeks ago where I just took a piece of paper and cut down strips of Roy G. Biv and glued it down. And then I was like, I'll make a background or something with this. And I just hadn't yet, but I cut it out with a scalloped rectangle die. And so that was what the piece you saw on the inside. So I decided it would be easier, especially for these intricate little cutouts for this die, to go ahead and have those glued using double-sided tape. You guys know I love to use that a lot. So that's what's over to the right. And then I am going to go ahead and cut out the staircase first. Now I'm not cutting out all the staircase, and that's fine because part of this will be covered. But I'm going to go ahead and put some of that adhesive tape on the back of my what are those called? Handles? What are those called? Baluster? Handrails? Oh my word. My brain, I'm sorry. So here you see me I took off the backer sheet and I'm just picking out some of the little pieces just using my tweezers. If I'd cut this just with paper, I wouldn't have had this issue. But when you add that adhesive to the back of it, it makes it a little bit harder to get everything to go all the way through. So here are some of the extra pieces that I have, and I'm literally using scraps. So I got that glued down and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut around it. And since that paper was glued, like it was glued to a paper that has a white core, I'm going to go around it with a black marker. So these backgrounds are super simple to make. Just like, I think I had a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of paper, and I just put copy paper. Like, you want something thinner. I didn't use copy paper here. Trust me, use copy paper. And you put the double-sided adhesive on the back, and then you peel that off, and then you just lay your scraps down. And this works for any kind of paper scraps. There are several videos that I made on my Jolly Fit Elf channel that I used just scrap pieces of paper. I save everything. I think most of us crafters save everything. So I am just assembling our staircase, and I already love it. I tell you guys all the time, like, I don't make there's no preparing other than what's going on in my head. I don't make a sample, anything like that. So when something comes out of my head the way that I hoped it would, I get a little happy inside. Is that weird? Probably, but yeah, that's what happens. See here, I'm trying to figure out what she's going to look like on top. So here is her die, and that is my vision for her. I did bring in the matte die that came with this mermaid release, but I ended up not using it. So for the mermaid, I am adding just a little bit of liquid glue to her tail, and I'm going to add some glitter. And this glitter is literally called Mermaid Lagoon. And I was like, that's perfect. So it's a very sparkly, it's got blues and purples and pinks, etc. I think it's fantastic. And I really love the way it turned out. So I'm going to have all the markers listed for you down below. This is the stamp Justin Let's Get Wild. And I'm coloring him with my most often used Caucasian color, which is E33, E21, and E30. Sometimes I'll do 00 and 000 as well, depending on how pale I want the character. But I colored the mermaid with a darker skin tone. And again, I apologize, I don't have that footage. You don't understand how much I almost cried. How much I almost cried, because I'm so excited about this card. Like, I feel like I'm going to save this card and frame it maybe. And to know that all of my hard work is missing is very sad. I'm sure what happened is I got up and went to the restroom or something and came back and just forgot to hit record, or I accidentally deleted it, or maybe I just don't know, but it's nowhere to be found. But again, I'll share with you the final project. So I decided to do rainbow for his hair. So each strand is going to be a different color. And for this longer strand, because it's bigger, I went ahead and used 3 colors. Some of them I only used 2 colors for a blend. So this is our 59, 46, and 35. I will have all of the markers listed in the description box down below. So I'm doing Roy G. Biv on the hair. I really love how this character turned out. So the whole idea for this card, like I said, was when I saw that clamshell and I had that kind of memory of seeing some kind of float in a parade on TV, I was like, okay, what, and first it was just going to be her in the sky. And I was like, okay, what else do we have in the Stamp Anything, kind of catalog that would use? And immediately this popped in my head. I'm like, he can be pulling the float. So he has a Jeep, or she has a Jeep, or they have a Jeep. It can be, non-gendered. Just because the title of the stamp is Justin doesn't mean that this has to be a gendered character. Like if you're from Southern Oklahoma, like I am, a tractor sometimes pulled a float in the Christmas parade. A Jeep, a truck, whatever was available. So I thought this would be fun. And I am coloring this. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but Jeep has released this kind of turquoisey color. If they came out with a Challenger, I would probably have to get Rob to buy another Challenger. We currently have a purple one. Purple is my favorite color. But if they came out with this color in a Challenger, I don't know what I would do. I really don't know what I would do. Beg to have one. But we paid off our car and I don't want another car payment. So I am bringing up a picture here. I was like, I didn't know what color the grill was. And it looked like it kind of varied between, it was either turquoise or it was black. I didn't see anything with chrome or anything like that. I'm not a Jeep person. I know there's this whole kind of Jeep subculture of, the car buying experience. I don't know how to say that, but you get what I mean, hopefully. We've had our Challenger since 2016, and I don't even think we've hit 60,000 miles yet. It was my car, and then I became disabled and had to leave my job and stay home, so I didn't get driven a lot. And then Rob's been working from home. My husband's been working from home since COVID started, so we only really use it when we are out leisure. mostly to the doctor's appointments or for groceries, stuff like that. So it's still in really good condition. And it's got sparkles on the paint. Oh, love it. I've always wanted a purple car. Purple is my absolute favorite color. I always wanted a purple car. Okay, for the tires, I am using some toner grays, and I'm coloring in between the treads the darkest, and then I'm going over the rest of it with the lightest. I think I did T10, 10, 8, 9. I'm sure that's what I did. No, 10, 10, 8, 9. 10, 8, 6. And again, I will have all the markers listed down below. And I colored the steering wheel pink. I thought that would be fun. And then I had a hard time choosing what his shirt was going to be, but I landed on green, and I colored it my favorite green combination. So you'll see that once I finish up the bumper. Now I did I colored in yellow, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I went over it with blue, and I still don't like the way it looks, but it is what it is. It's not the focus. And I think I ended up covering them up anyway. So he is in a green shirt. I couldn't decide on the color, and I was like, you know what, let's just do green. He doesn't have to pop out, or again, they don't have to pop out, etc. And I'm going to bring in some shimmer because it is a pride parade. So here's a look at him all colored. Oh, he turned out so stinking cute. And then here's a look at the final card. So I used the Cloud Builder stencil. This is actually a 5x7 card. So I cut a piece of paper down to 5x7, used the Cloud Builder stencil with Caribbean ink. And on the bottom, I just put some gray ink to look like the road. I put down the staircase, tried to center it as best I could. And then I added her and him both with kind of foam tape. And then that pride is actually a sticker. I bought some stickers last year when I was doing pride cards for June, and I put that on the front. So I really, really love how they both turned out. Her tail is so sparkly. I'll insert a piece, some footage I took of it when I was taking pictures. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think of this card in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out the Facebook group, and our event starts tomorrow. You are not going to want to miss it. If you have to work, they will be posted to YouTube as well, or you can go back and find the live postings in the Facebook group. All right, friends, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.